Here's the Kona coffee farm. You could take a tour of that too. Wow.
So that's what happened. That's why everyone's standing out there and the flags are upside down.
Why?
The eruption last year destroyed over 700 homes.
Oh, fuck. So is that why those people live right there?
Mm-hmm. They're still trying to help.
That's fucked up.
They live in tents like that?
So Evie decided that next year if we come to Hawaii,
We jumping her ass up.
she's gonna stay here. And I told her that Ruben and I would pay for her, because I met the little girl who's the owner's granddaughter of the hotel. So I told her that if she wanted to stay here, Ruben and I would pay her room for the whole year while she got on her feet. And all she'd have to do is pay for her little groceries. Oh, Evie. College at Hawaii State. Oh, hella green. I wonder if people go to the ocean here, because it's hella like grass before you get to the ocean. Nope, they don't go to the ocean. Unless you had a Jeep or something, right?
I don't know.
Imagine being a botanist here, Abby.
She slumps.
We're like literally driving around the island. That little resort we were at yesterday was so nice.
Oh, yeah. See how the lava is before it gets to the actual volcano.
Oh, you read about it? Oh, look at this down here.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this, Evie. These are caves. What? At least it's in the shade. The best outhouse ever. You gotta go too? Jojo gotta use the outhouse.
I have to. I gotta go pee.
You do? What?
Oh, never mind. It's a bug.
Oh, you tell me you scared me. Go ahead.
That will smell too.
We're not gonna look at you. Look at this. Are you excited to go on this hike, Ev?
Not really.
Because you're burnt? Yeah, alright guys. We're getting ready to go on our hike here. But your girl... By the way, Hawaii's been doing wonders for my bum bump. He's like almost all the way gone. But I do have this like really red... So now it's all the way flat, but it's really, really red. So when I get back, I'm going to tell Ian. What the fuck? Okay, let me hold Joanna's curtain shut. I gotta hold Joanna's curtain to her outhouse. A spider crawled in my brain. There is? So yeah, my bum bump is super flat now, but it's really, really, really red. I don't know if it's because of this, but it hasn't been getting flat in California. So it's finally super flat. So when I get back, I'm going to talk to Ian, my tattooer, and I'm going to have him start drawing out my Aztec snake. That's going to probably, it's going to be like one of the stone ones, you know, from the pyramid. So I think I'm going to start his head like up here, then have him go down like this, maybe around the neck, I don't know.
It's crazy. It's gonna be your first face tattoo.
I know. I'm ready for it. What do you think about me having a face tattoo?
I think it'd be cool.
I think you only live once. I mean, my boss loves me.
Once you're in the...
Is that your pee or the water?
No, I'm using the sink.
Oh.
You could open the curtain.
Okay, so
I'm washing my hands.
this is the little outhouse Joanna just used.
It says, if you pee, let it be. If you poop, use the scoop, bruh.
Wait, you gotta scoop your poo poo?
Like, we'd use the dirt, I guess, to, like, cover
Oh.
it so it don't stink like.
What?
No, it does have any water.
With the poo poo. Puta madre stinks.
Yeah, it's nice.
Are you going to use it, Ev?
No.
Okay.
Because I can't.
So this is what we are about to do right now.
So we're gonna get these. Huh? What'd you say? Y'all ain't ready for this.
She was like growling and then she started drooling.
I was growling. It does? No,
Let me see.
it doesn't.
Sucked it
We
up.
are in hiking gear, guys.
That's Kilauea Volcano Park in here. We are. We're actually right here. You're good. You're really good. And then this is Black Sand Beach here. There's a really great bakery right about here if anybody wants pastry. South Point, Green Sand Beach, Highway 11, and then we're down here. Now, the orange flows are the flows during recorded history, so they all have dates on them. But if the lava flowed before recorded history, because you can't carbonate lava, you can only estimate when it flowed. So for instance, we're in this kind of pinkish purplish area down here. So for us, the lava flowed between 750 and 1500 years ago. So we know the caves were at least 750 years old. They could be as old as 1500. We're just not sure because so much lava from this area in that window of time. And we were created by Mauna Loa, which is right there. Now, question for everybody here. Anybody happens to know or want to guess how many volcanoes we have on the Big Island? Just pick a number.
5.
You got it. That's awesome.
Wow.
These two are done, and here's why. So first of all, okay, so the other Hawaiian Islands are over here like this. And I don't know if you know, we're all on a plate. All the islands are on one plate, and that plate is moving. Pardon?
Oh, you just said it was moving.
Oh, yeah, it's moving. And the plate is, and it's moving northwest. We're going this way. We're moving about and we're moving over a huge vent in the earth called a hot spot. And that's just pushing lava to the surface on this island right now. The other Hawaiian Islands were over the hot spot before we were. They've moved off the hot spots. That's why there will never be volcanic activity on the other Hawaiian Islands. They're off the vent. They're off the source. It's also why Kohala and Mauna Kea are done off the vent, off the source. Now, there's nobody down there to measure it, so we don't know what's happening with Hawaii. It's either going to blow or not blow. We're not sure. I know, it's not scientific. We're just guessing. But we do know that Mauna Loa and Kilauea are still very much on the vent, which makes them really, really active. And now there is a 6th volcano that's going off about 30 miles offshore that way. But it's so far beneath the surface of the water that they estimate that the landmass it's creating probably won't break the surface of the water to become its own above-water island for at least 10,000 years, maybe as much as 100,000 years, which means I don't know. This is a 90,000-year window. Pick a number. And the funny thing is they've already named that volcano, and they named it Loihi, which actually means long time in Hawaiian, because let's be a long time to see that sucker. And because Loihi's only 30 miles away, over time the lava could drift this way, connect the Big Island to make the Big Island even bigger, or could stay its own island out there. We don't know. It's just way too soon to tell. And then as time goes on, we'll keep moving this way, and then new islands are formed over there. So that's what we're here. So the cave system that we're going into is in this area right here. So when the ancient Hawaiians lived on this side of the island, they lived down here at South Point. They lived at South Point because they could live off the seafood in the water. And there are natural springs all the way to South Point where you could get fresh water. But when they wanted to supplement their diet, they'd want to supplement their diet with bird and pig. And really here it's all about the pig, trust me. The pigs, though, were grazing up here on the upper slopes of Mauna Loa. So they have to leave South Point and go all the way up onto the upper slopes of Mauna Loa to hunt for the pig, which is a journey of several days. Now, they have the same problem that we do, which I don't know if you know this or not because you don't live here, but this entire side of the island, our water table is too low. So we don't have any county piping, we don't have any sewage, we have nothing on this entire side of the island. So when you guys leave here today and you're going back up the hill, look in anybody's backyard. We all have our own individual water tanks in our backyard. And then the water truck comes and delivers water to the water tank. And then your water tank feeds into your house. And that's the only way that we can live here. Also, too, the land is really cheap, which is awesome. So that's why a lot of people, the people who do live here, it's because it really is so cheap. And it really is really, really cheap. Because we don't have any water. But once you get a water tank, you're fine. And the water's not that expensive. So it's not a big deal. So that's how we live here. The Hawaiians had the same problem, which is that once they left South Point, it was too far for them to get all the way up here without getting more water. They needed a source of water. So what they would do is come through our cave system to gather fresh water. Because lava rock is a natural filter. So when it rains, the rainwater drips through the roof of the cave. Leave South Point, they would come up here, go back into the cave, get more water, come back up top again, go up on Mauna Loa, hunt for the bird and the pig, then reverse the process, come back again, go back into the cave to get more water in order to get back home. Not that going to Costco was hard. Jesus. I mean, really, too much work for a pig.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Now, so this is a nut. It's called a kukui nut. I'm going to have you check that out and pass it around. So they would take those nuts, they would open them up. There's an oil on the inside. They would either take a stick, wrap leaves around the stick, dip in the oil, and light it. That's what they did through the cave system. Or they would take several nuts, put them on like a skewer, like the first one, let them burn down. Which is why they call the kukui nut a candle nut, because it's a form of illumination. But the problem, because there's always a problem, is that there's only enough fuel in each nut for 5 minutes. So, I know. So that, I believe, is a mongoose. Have you guys seen the mongoose here?
So that's what we do.
That's, it looks like a weasel.
Oh, I thought they were weasels.
Yeah, they're not weasels. Have you guys seen
Yeah,
them?
yesterday we saw
Mongoose?
one crossing the road.
You saw them? Yeah, you normally see them going across Highway
They're
11.
like this big.
Yes, that's it. That's them. They're nasty.
I thought
Try-
they were.
aim for them. Really. They're here. This is ridiculous. First of all, mongoose are from India, and they kill snakes. We're the one state in the United States, we have no snakes in Hawaii. Pardon?
Exactly, the mongooses main diet of snakes, and there are no snakes here, right?
But there were never snakes here, which is, this is what makes it really stupid. So,
What do they
and,
eat?
pardon?
What do they eat?
Well, that's the problem.
Frogs,
The
maybe.
mongoose eat eggs, so that the lizard eggs, bird eggs, it's really bad for this
So
island.
they're an invasive species.
They are totally an invasive species, and they were brought here.
Put
And,
them in
and they were
Florida.
brought here for this. Mongoose are here. This is really stupid. Is they brought the mongoose here to kill the rats because we have a really bad rat problem. Well, the mongoose are awake during the day. The rats are awake at night. Never the two shall meet. So now we have a mongoose problem on top of it.
Who thought that?
I'm telling you. I know, it's so stupid. This is for everybody here, kids, adults. If you introduce anything new to an island, it will never end well. It really won't. I'm not kidding. It's like the cookie frogs. Have you heard them? Have you guys heard those? The cookie frogs?
Yesterday night because of the rain. Oh my god, we couldn't sleep. Woke up
Cookie, cookie. And do you know how little they are? They're the size of
I
your
thought
little
they'd be
pin.
big, the way the sound
They're the size of your little pinky fingernail. That's
It's
how
so
little they
loud
are.
sounding.
And they're all lungs. I swear to God. And-
I thought they're like invasive species.
Well, see, they're here. They're here from Puerto Rico, and my understanding is that the reason why they're here is because they're so tiny that when Walmart and Kmart brought plants over from Puerto Rico, they hitched a ride because they were so small, and then they jumped off and screwed everywhere. And so they don't have TV. Look straight across the street here. We haven't had lava flow over here in 750 years. So you can see the difference in vegetation from this side of the street over here to that side over there. Now, if you notice, there are trees growing across Kanaka Boulevard over there. But there is no soil across the street whatsoever. That's all rock over there. Those are the ohia trees. The ohia tree is the only major type of vegetation that could grow on lava rock without soil. It's basically hydroponics. So the tree roots would go into the cracks in the lava rock and are living off the moisture in the cracks in the lava rock. So I tell that to you now because when we're in the cave, we're going to see several sections of the cave where it looks like string or rope hanging from the ceiling of the cave. It's the roots from the ohia trees that have made their way through the cracks in the lava rock, living off the moisture in the cave because nature's so amazing. This tree here, this is that kukui nut tree, that nut that they would light on fire. And so they start, just to show you, they start big and green on the tree like this, and then when they fall, they turn brown and then shrivel up and hard, and that's when the oil forms. Now here's the deal: don't eat them. Everybody wants to try them. You can eat them; they're edible. But you eat more. They say if you eat more, they're so nasty and they're so oily. They say if you eat more than one, you're going to get horrible diarrhea. So none of us go there. So especially before a cave tour.
Don't do that. Don't do me like that.
A background of this before we go in. So all the subdivisions on this side of Highway 11 are all private and they're all 3 acres. This particular subdivision was created in 1989. That's when they put the roads in and everything else. Rick and Rose, the owners here, bought this particular 3-acre lot in 1990. They were the second people to move in here. They bought this particular lot for this cave entrance right here that we're going into. Best entrance in the entire cave system. Really gorgeous. Now, the rule in Hawaii is really wonderful and really unusual, which is this. What you own above, you own below. So they literally then owned the 3/4 of the cave underneath of them. But because the cave system is so huge, everybody in this subdivision and beyond owns part of the cave. It's the question, what kind of opening do you have on your property? Some people have good ones. Some people only have skylights you can only rappel into. And some people have nothing. If they have nothing, you can't get in. And they should have permission from somebody who does have an entrance.
Here we go, through the cave. Look at all this aloe vera.
You're not gonna pay attention.
But you guys, I think I want to talk to Chris about buying some property out here. He said it's really cheap.
Who's gonna be out here to live on it?
Me? No.
So Corpus or Hawaii pick?
Both.
Me.
And that's my favorite sculpture we ever did, the dragonfly, which is awesome.
That is awesome.
Imagine
careful,
having
be
this in your yard.
No.
So now, as you go through,
can't
there are
imagine
lights
my yard
in
being
here.
this big.
But I do have a couple of extra flashlights. If anybody has any trouble seeing in here, just let me know.
I want a flashlight because I want to look really cool.
Be careful. I'll be.
You can't see?
I don't have my glasses.
Are you serious? Well, good thing you can watch the vlog later.
Yeah.
Just watch your steps.
I just see darkness and stuff. Kind of works.
Come on, Dad, if you would.
That's a cool down here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice and cool.
I know, right?
I just hang out out here
I basically do. Really.
like
If
a
anyone wants to
bat.
sit, I'm going to be sitting here for about 5 minutes. You have the tube this morning. You're welcome to pick up choose a stump if you want to sit.
You want to sit, guys?
Sure.
And then, okay. So first of all, welcome everybody. So to show you how this tube system was formed, so Malo is that. So the lava was flowing. It was coming towards us, and we continued across the street and down towards the water. And like I said in the office, the first thing that would have happened here is the top of the tube would have hardened over. Now, lava on the surface, on average, travels between 3 and 4 miles an hour. In a lava tube, once the top of the tube hardens over, think of it as like a pressure hose in here. So the lava is flowing through here between 30 and 40 miles an hour. So it's really booking through here. And then as Manila was stopped erupting, the lava levels in here would start going lower and lower and lower. As the lava levels lowered, air would have started rushing in. Lava superheats the air to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about the same temperature as a kiln to fire pottery. That's how hot it was in here. So the lava leaves the tube. It's 2,000 degrees in here. So I want you guys to turn and check out the walls over here. So if you notice, it was so hot in here, the walls literally began to melt. And the reason why the walls began to melt like that is because there are 3 minerals in the lava rock that with the heat come to the surface and start melting. And those 3 minerals are hematite, magnetite, and magnesium-ferrite. So they come to the surface, they start to melt. As the cave starts to cool, then all these stalactites that you see here then cool into shape, into place. And again, a reminder, stalactites are the ones that hang down. Stalagmites are the ones that come up from the ground. We don't really have stalagmites in here because lava has flowed through, so there's no chance for anything to build up from the ground. Lots of stalactites in here. For all of us here today, once the cold weather period is over, nothing falls in here. It is totally safe. In fact, this is kind of counterintuitive, but this is one of the safest places to be on this island during an earthquake. We've all been in here during an earthquake, so I've seen nothing. Nothing moves in here. People had to tell me after I left that there was an earthquake. So it's awesome. And also, too, and this is kind of hard to imagine, but as we walk through here today, every rock that you see on the ground or every crack that you see in the walls, all that happened during that cooling off period. And we're not sure exactly how long that took, but we estimate that it probably took somewhere between 2.5 to 4 years for the cave to fully cool down from the 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit that it was to the 70 degrees Fahrenheit that it is today. And now it's 70 in here year round, no matter what's happening on the surface, which is like perfect. Look, cream or beige or brown, those are all secondary minerals that are coming through. And like I said, we're the only cave that still has them, so really happy to have them. They're really awesome. I'll show you some really cool patterns a little bit later. But first, you guys are more than welcome to touch, walk on, roll on, any of the rock here underground. If you feel like it. I'm going to very quickly show you the 2 different types of lava rock, what they're called and why they're different. So if you guys down there at the end, You've got the smooth rock, right down here, right here. You got the smooth, sorry, not that far. You got the smooth rock there versus the jaggedy rock right next to it. And then down here we have smooth versus jaggedy right here. Then you have smooth versus jaggedy, 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 smooth. Everything here on the ground, no matter what it looks like, is the same rock or the same stone. And that rock is mafic basalt. That's what lava is. But when lava comes out of a volcano, some of the lava is going to have a high gas content to it, and some of the lava is going to have a low gas content to it. Depending on how much gas is in the lava when the lava cools is what the rock turns into. Now, this stuff here, this is what they call Now, this is not a true story, but we all tell it, which is this. They say they call it because they say that when the first time I started walking on it barefoot, it hurts so much they're going, which is a good way to remember it. And also, if anybody plays Scrabble, it's a perfect Scrabble word. It's spelled A-A. It's totally legal. Good way to get rid of that A and you can say you touched it. Oh, and also, too, and we love this part. No matter where you are in the world, wherever lava has flowed, let's say that you're in Italy, not Etna. All lava, no matter where you are in the world, is classified by the Hawaiian names. So you could be in Italy and be talking about Pahoehoe and A'a. And that's because the first person to ever classify lava was here on the Big Island. And that's who they named the museum after in Volcano Park, the Jagger Museum. Not Mick, he's old enough, different dinosaur. But when Dr. Jagger came up with the names for lava, they became uniform all over the world. So in kind of a cool way, all lava's Hawaiian, because no matter where you go, it's a Hawaiian name. That's red, that's the iron that's coming through on top of the calcite. And if you notice, the iron is coming through in strips. And for that reason, they call the iron in a cave bacon, because it comes in strips. A lot of food terms down here. You'll be hungry by the time you're done. Yay!
You want to go in the lava hole? You guys said you didn't want to do the 2-hour one.
That's 2 hours.
This is amazing.
We're going to pause here just for a few minutes. I'm going to point some things out. You guys can sit if you want or not. Very good. Excellent. Now, also too, looking back, you notice we don't have any bats in here, but there are bats in Hawaii. There are several reasons why bats don't come in here. So first of all, there are allegedly at least 50 different varieties of cave-adapted insects in this cave. I have done hundreds of tours here in the last 6.5 years. I've seen a total of 12 bugs in all the tours I've ever done. They're really hard to find.
Remember every single piece of this.
Make sure we can see okay. And then my next question is this. We are going to, if everybody's good with it, I'm going to ask if everybody is good with it. We're going to go up this ladder. I'm going to show you an upper tube. And then we'll...
Oh my gosh, look at that. That is cray cray. Look at all those, I don't know if those are stalactites or what, though. No.
Tree roots can't create the cracks, and they can't even widen the cracks. They can only follow the cracks. So the roots are connected to the trees. These roots can literally become a 1/4 of a mile long, which is crazy. And so when I do the long tour here, I get to about 100 feet below the surface. There are still tree roots down there that have come through all that lava rock, opening off the moisture in the cave. Nature's amazing. And you can see they're everywhere. I mean, they're literally everywhere. They're really amazing. And then, you know, as we come down here, there's one rock here in the middle of the path that Rick could not move. It's like a little iceberg. So everybody here, little white rock, iceberg ahead. Be careful.
I'm lighting the way for everybody so that they get hurt.
If you have not been tripped on, this is
Careful.
just for you.
He said little white rock.
Come on in, stand on the wet platform, get blessed. Cave kisses for everyone. Come on in. Excellent. Come on in. Don't be shy.
Whoa.
Awesome. Excellent. And then, yep, and then everybody looks straight ahead without your flashlights because there's a spectacle light back there. You ready? This is for the kids. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Lava. Alleged lava. I swear to God, if you put your camera up to it, it looks like a lava flow. How does it look in here?
It does.
Wow,
A little.
Some cameras look more so, and some less so. If you take a picture of it, do it without the flash. It turns out a lot better.
Let's
1, 2, 3, woohoo!
Wow.
Anyway, come on in. So to show you how this was formed. So remember when we were upstairs, I said the lava was coming towards it. It would have gone over where we went up the ladder and then out the front of the cave. At the same time it did that, it also then forked around this way. So the minute we made this turn here, we're now following the flow for the first time. So flow came this way, flow came this way, and they made 3 tubes. Made a tube over there to the left, made a tube there to the left going that way, and we made a tube in the middle. So to show where we go and where we don't go, that little cave over there to the left, that's where we're going to do what we call our crawling tour. And that is the area that we go to where they do this tour first and they go in there and crawl for another half an hour through really tight space.
For $5,000, I could buy 1 acre out here. I know it's a rural area of Hawaii, but it's still the fucking beach. And you buy 1 acre, and then these huts are $3,000. Do you see? They look like, I think we could go in there. It's a little neighborhood. That's where he says his sister lives.
Yeah.
The cave hunter, he's the one that told us about this. You buy one of these little huts for $3,000. Can we see it? And then the septic is, I think you said $2,000 to $3,000 to get, because there's no water out here. That's why everything's so dead. So a water tank comes and fills up your big ass septic tank like that one, and that green thing. And so you just build a little hut, and they have rooms and everything for $3,000. So that's what I'm thinking of doing, and I'm gonna talk to my brother-in-law because maybe we can go and have these on 1 acre and have 2 of those things put, and this will be our vacation home.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Son, I'm about to own me a hut in Hawaii. I ain't even playing. Look at it. And the beach is way right there. I don't think that people go to the beach here though, huh?
No, probably an ocean view where we're going right now.
Oh yeah. And so that's where the land is 5,000 in Ocean View.
Yeah. So
But,
we're gonna check all that out right now.
So I got the guy's number, and me and Chris, we're gonna work something out. He don't know that yet, but I got all this, figured out. We're about to do this. All right, guys. So this, Chris, is where it would be. This is Ocean View, so it's a lot greener than it is where we were at a minute ago. Like what? We have panza pills.
I'm not sure yet. Maybe it's because I'm hungry.
Yeah, you're probably hungry because we haven't ate since the donuts.
Yeah, we have a green field.
And this is the place where our friend from the tavern, he recommended us have lunch. All right, we got our food. I got a burger. Ruben got a Loco Moco. That looks way better than the one I make you at home. Liar.
I mean, if you just garnish yours, it would be
And
fine.
Joe, Evie got a burger too, and Joe got chickens. Oh, I need to garnish mine.
Yeah.
You guys, look at that tree. I don't know what the hell kind of flowers is on it, but it is a beautiful tree with orange flowers. We're at the gas station because Jojo, you okay?
No.
How's it going?
Bad.
Okay, Jojo's going poo-poos. But look, I wanted to show you guys this flower right here. We're at a Shell station. But look at this. How amazing is that? I really want one for my hair, but we're not allowed. So, and I was standing outside the car just twerking my ass off. Huh, Ruben? I was out here twerking.
Yeah.
Joanna, I guess I was twerking really well because Joanna said, "Hey, who taught you how to twerk?" You know that, Evie? Because Joe was supposed to be twerk. I wanted you guys, because you guys weren't seeing that we were right there. You guys didn't see that we were standing there, so I wanted you guys to turn and then to see me and Joe twerking. But Joe said she'd probably go doo-doo on herself if she twerked. So I was twerking my ass off for the 2 of us.
Just go do. I got do.
I'm about to twerk some more if you turn this music on. Look at that view going down the hill. I'm exhausted from twerking at the gas station. I can't even breathe right. Wow. Is that sunset?
Getting ready to be sunset soon.
Damn it.
Another 2 hours.
Are we almost There?
Somewhat.
Because that looks like the Royal Kona.
It's not.
I see you scenic route.
How
This
high
is
the water
pretty.
is already.
Yeah. People still in it though.
Yeah.
Now we're close.
Getting there. Still a little bit ways still. Alright, you want to stop in there or what?
No. Because I want to go to that little lagoon
Oh, good.
where I can swim.
I think that's where the boats are today, though.
But there's buoys. Didn't you see the buoys?
Oh, you're talking about that little corner part. I thought
But,
you meant
yeah.
the little part that had sand. The where the canoes were.
No. I could go over there if I want to.
Wonder how much these houses run here.
A fuck ton. No, 5,000, that's for sure.
You don't know that actually. Maybe the old houses, the ones on these hills on this side too, might be the same. Or between, I think he said 2,800 and like 1,400 would be a good spot to live. Says anything past the 28 is where the crazies live, or something like that.
I saw the crazies.
Yeah, he said anything past 2,800 is where the crazy lives.
Yeah, that's where the people that wear foil on their heads live.
Yeah.
I'm one of those though. Alright?
Yeah.
I put the fucking foil on my head.
Okay, look. Oh, never mind.
Who told you this was a scenic route?
There's a sign back there that said it. Oh, see, we're back at
Oh, Magic?
Magic Sands. Yeah.
The tide is hella high still.
Yeah.
That's why all the surfers are here. This is like the surf
Spot.
spot right here in Kona. They're there.
Yesterday they closed it.
Nice.
After the shark. After they saw the shark.
Must have been after us. Well, so you guys don't want to rent one of them bikes? I still want to rent a bike. You too, Evie? Let's go grab one of them son of bitches right
Your
now.
little Jeep is behind us.
The Geo Metro.
Yeah.
Because there's bikes right there by our hotel, huh?
I don't remember where.
Yeah, downstairs. There was a whole rack of them. But that's where I saw them the first day. You down, Ev? Ride a bike to the beach?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you leave that bike, babe?
I don't know. That's why I won't grab one, because I don't know what to do or where to put it.
Well,
how
I'm
to
sure it
pay
has
for
directions.
You probably just leave it back where you found it.
Yeah, but I'm going to the beach with it. We'll read it. Is this where I was sitting the other day?
What?
That's where we were sitting, remember, the first day?
No.
Oh.